Well, I'll call us to order at 7:30. I would bang a gavel, but I don't have one. I'll slam my mouse.
This meeting is being recorded.
So we do have a quorum, I think. Carol, Heather, is Christine still here?
Yep.
Great. Christine and Paige are also, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't have a quorum.
No.
We have 4. Okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Shall we, how do you want to proceed? Do we want to wait to see if we get a quorum?
I don't want to keep anybody longer than we need to, so why don't we go through, we can at least review the minutes, because in looking at the agenda and because I typed up the minutes, I know that we did the events calendar last time, so we can review that with everybody.
Yep.
Make any adjustments, because that doesn't need votes. We can talk about the summer concert series and any other summer preparation, and then the next, if a 5th member will show up, we can do all the voting stuff.
Okay.
Which is not really how this should go, but
here we are.
We're doing what we can with what we've got.
Oh, 4 is a significant improvement over last time.
Yes.
So the minutes from our attempted meeting in May are on the website, on the Recreation Commission page. And then prior to that was the minutes from the February 26th, 2020 meeting. So far as I can tell, that was the last meeting that was had.
It was.
Okay. So those minutes never got approved, and we can't really approve them now unless somebody else joins us.
Right. We can go through, we can at least review the stuff that we did in the meeting last month. Okay. So that, because I know that I remember that we set a calendar. We're kind of going bottoms up with the agenda until somebody, and hopefully somebody else will show up. And if not, then at least more people know. Okay. So we suggested June 11th with a rain date of June 18th for Founders Day 2020. Friday, March 11th for the Spring Fling 2022. 2022, guys. Anybody who's paying attention to the dates, I meant 2022. Good Lord. Halloween is a weekend in 2021. The parade can be the Saturday morning of Halloween. Lighting Festival tentatively scheduled for Saturday, December 4th. I guess we didn't actually set dates, because all of this says is that you would look into reserving the Yale in the middle school.
Yep.
I would look into checking which day we did the Halloween parades before. Carol, do you remember if the Halloween parade is on a
Sunday?
Saturday or a Sunday? It's on a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah. And Halloween is a Sunday. So okay. I think we have to go ahead and have it on Halloween Day.
Okay.
Melanie, I know that you said at the last meeting, because I watched the recording, did you say that Sundays weren't good for you, or Sunday afternoons weren't good?
Well, so I am a pastor, and so Sunday mornings I'm typically preaching. But you know, I can plan ahead, and I will just have to block that day off.
Okay, just want to make sure that it works with your schedule too, because you coordinate a lot of things. So would definitely need that.
Right.
All right. these in chronological order. So, Exciting Festival Saturday, December 4th, good for everybody else who's here.
Works for me.
Okay.
I am having difficulty accessing the school reservation portal. I have requested login credentials. I sent off an email, but I've gotten no response to either inquiry.
I don't think I have one, but I can look and see if I can do it. March. Let's see. Let's get a calendar up again. All right. We suggested Friday, March 11th for the spring fling.
Yes.
Does anybody have an objection to that, provided that we can reserve the middle school?
No objection.
And then we set Founders Day. So no Founders Day for 2021 because it's a time-intensive thing to plan. And by the time all of the COVID restrictions were lifted, we didn't have enough time to pull it off for the tentative dates we had booked in August. And being able to pull it off would have pushed it too close to September and Halloween, and we weren't sure how the school was used in the fall. So we opted to just push it and just resume it next year so that we can make sure we have adequate time to plan. So 2019 was the last time we had Founders Day, and we deviated from having it on the Father's Day weekend, or we had planned to do that with last year. But at any rate, the weekend before Father's Day, this.
Are we just say that he's one of the top diseased? Why? Because that goes against the occult leaner.
I believe is Saturday, June 11th. Does anybody have an issue with that? I understand it's literally over about a year away, but does anybody see any issue with it?
No, that worked.
And then the rain date would be the following weekend, which is June 18th, I do believe. I wish the calendar would stay up. Yeah, Saturday, June 18th would be the rain date. I don't offhand know when Easter is, so we can't pick a date for the egg hunt, but that's not as time intensive to plan as the Halloween parade and everything else. So we can kind of wing that one.
The eggs are all still right here. I'm looking at them.
We have to actually unstuff them because the candy's probably bad.
Nope, the staff here at Town Hall unstuffed them for us before I. So now they're just empty eggs and a box of really old candy.
Yummy. Okay, so that's good news, at least.
Yeah.
I was not looking forward to having to do that. So I thank anybody who had a hand in that. Okay, so those are the only events we have planned right now. I know the Egg Festival's missing. And I know there's probably a dozen others missing. I can't think of any of them right now. Do we want to have the Fall Festival? We'd had that for the first time and only time currently. In 2019, it was a vendor fair where people showed up. It was held at the Life Church, which is now Grace Church. People brought their 10 by 10 pop-up tents and sold stuff. I know Swamp Donkeys was there. There were a bunch of, I don't want to say clothing retailers, but LuLaRoe sellers. There was a woodworking guy there. There was a couple artists there, stuff like that. Do we want to do that this fall?
I did have someone reach out to me. They were interested in organizing a vendor fair. And I suggested if they wanted to plan it, that we would help that. I would offer them use of Everett Leonard Park at no charge, and I would help cross promote it if they would donate a percentage of the proceeds to the rec department. So it's within the realm of possibility that we will have someone else on deck to completely do it for us and just write us a check for a vendor fair.
I like that idea.
Me too.
I have a lot of questions about that idea.
Okay.
Are they going to charge it? Is there going to be food there? Because that requires licensing and not licensing. It requires liability. It requires a lot of the same stuff that the food vendors at Founders Day require.
Yes.
Which includes stuff from the Board of Health.
Yeah, I don't have the authority to waive any of those permits. Those right. Would all be in place. I simply offered them use of Everett Leonard Park and cross promotion in exchange for.
Does the person who volunteered to set something up, are they aware of all of this?
They have organized other fairs. I actually think they were vendors at Sharon's fair, and obviously part of partnering with them will be to make sure they jump through the right hoops.
Okay. Because I like when the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Well, they have to be, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, some people be like, oh, I'll do it, and they don't realize it's not just like, oh,
not just setting up a fence, yeah.
And do whatever, yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that as long as, again, we have some kind of oversight as to how they're setting it up and making sure that they are doing what they're supposed to.
Yep.
Okay.
They have not made a firm commitment yet, so it's not a definite at the moment. But she reached out a couple of weeks ago, so.
I'm taking minutes as we do this again.
Understood.
Melanie, is the person associated with any group or organization?
It's she and her husband. Christine, I wish I knew enough people already to. I am continually amazed at the connections that I'm discovering along the way as I meet people.
I'm right there with you, so don't even worry about it.
And the funny part is I've lived here in Down for 16 years. Still meeting people, still getting to know the connections. So the answer is I don't know. Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, you already know me, the Honorary Mayor Naughton, Peter J. Wiggins, and I deserve to be in the parade, in Halloween parade.
You will be in. You better make time to be in the parade, Peter, because otherwise it wouldn't be right without having you there.
I already have you on the list of dignitaries, Peter. I was looking at the Halloween parade this morning.
Oh, yeah!
Okay. All right, so that's the basic calendar that we've set up so far. Do you want to go through the concert series that you've, because I saw a band listing or a calendar on Facebook.
I'm super excited about this. So I reached out.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I reached out on Facebook. I'm telling you, that Norton Neighbors page is really something. I reached out last week, said, hey, I'm looking for bands. I was swamped with phone calls and emails and comments on the post. By Thursday of last week, I was full. I had every week scheduled. And I have now a list of backups, in case something falls through. I'm super excited about that. Some of them I put off to potentially be on the Founders Day list of musicians. But yeah, I'm super excited. So we've got 6 weeks of concerts in the park that all have bands, and they're ready to go down at Everett Leonard Park. They are, I think they're not 100% Norton, but they're majority Norton folks or Norton connected folks. And I just think it's going to be a great time. It's going to be on the heels of Public Swim. So we're doing Public Swim Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings, 3 to 6. And so these will be 6:30 to 8:30 Friday evenings. So we're hoping that some of the people that came for Public Swim will stay around for the concert. I've reached out to EMA, Emergency Management, to be available to us because I have no idea how many people to expect. It could be 25, it could be 250, I don't know. There's a lot of positive reaction to it on Facebook, but that doesn't always translate into attendance. So it looks like it's
done it now. Telling everybody who's paying attention to this meeting, it better mean attendance.
I'm kind of excited. Some of the bands have their own social media presence, and they're sort of cross promoting with us. So in all, it seems to be really coming together. Now we just have to make the budget. So we will need to. We're going to sell refreshments as a way to make up the gap between what the bands are costing us and what the grant is covering from the Norton Cultural Council. And hopefully we can do that. I don't know how you've done refreshments before, if people have baked, if we've just purchased things, or how we want to do that, but I am open to your thoughts.
We probably should purchase things. Things should be individually wrapped for sure. Whether that means we purchase something, well, we'd have to purchase something because I can't bake enough for that and then individually wrap it. So I'm not even going to suggest that somebody else might have the capacity to do it. That's really all I had to contribute to that. I lost my train of thought. Carry on. I have to finish typing.
So then I'm trying to set up an account with Cisco, because the town is pretty strict about how purchases are made. And so we don't currently have an account set up with, we have an account set up with WB Mason, but they are extraordinarily expensive for snack goods and cans of soda and that kind of thing. They're probably 3 or 4 times the rate at your local whatever box store or grocery store or whatever. So I'm trying to get us set up with a bulk vendor like Cisco or something, so that we're able to purchase at a reasonable price, so we can sell at a reasonable price and still make enough money to pay the bands. I'm thinking maybe I know it seems to be that we do a lot of advertising. Seems like we do a lot. It looks like, I was looking at the Halloween stuff today, and it looks like a lot of the Halloween parade is about recruiting advertisers.
And Founders Day.
So I don't know whether we keep going. I have some concerns about going back to the same well over and over and over again. I don't want to burn them out in terms of asking for donations.
We haven't hit them up in like 18 months.
Yeah, and that's okay. I am shortly going to be sending a letter asking them to donate and sign up for the Halloween parade. But yes, I don't disagree with you. I just want to be mindful that we also want Founders Day to be impactful, and we're going to have to go to that well for that purpose.
Right. What kind of sponsorships or advertising were you thinking for the series? So backing up further, how is this all going to be set up at ELP? Like, where's the band going to be?
Yep, so that's going to be a little bit weather dependent. Plan A is that we're going to have perfect weather for every one of these. That's plan A. And we're going to have the band set up at the end of the pavilion because they'll need power. But we want to encourage the people to sit out on the lawn. So we'll have the bands over towards the flagpole end of the pavilion and playing out towards the field. Plan B, if the weather's a little iffy, is to have the band set up under the pavilion up by the office bathroom section, and then have people come in and sit at the picnic tables to hear them. Plan C is if the weather's awful, we'll probably just have to cancel.
We're going to hope we don't get really bad weather because I'm tired of bringing my sofa cushions inside. And also,
we're going to have plan A, perfect weather, Friday evenings. That's just how it's going to be.
Okay, so do we want to offer like I always say the word wrong, corrugated plastic signs around the perimeter of the pool, which is one of the sponsorships I believe we do for Founders Day. It's in one of the advertising levels, I believe. Do we want to do like a banner, an overall banner that says this series is brought to you in part by the Culture Commission, whoever gave us the grant?
Yep.
Culture Council. I knew I was going to get that wrong. With them, and then anybody who does sponsor, like just a big banner that we could put up behind the bands. I wouldn't recommend programs or anything that can be distributed like that because we'll just have to clean it up. I don't know of any other kind of signage. Open suggestions there.
I was thinking about it was actually the lifeguards today that were talking about the signs around the pool fundraiser thing. So I was going to reach out to I guess we still have the signs from the last time this was done. And so they gave me a list of the signs that we had. So I figured I could reach out to those companies and see if they want to sponsor and put their signs up this year.
We can do that.
It's a start.
It is. Cross-reference those companies with the list of sponsors from Founders Day because I do believe that it was part of that. And with the Founders Day sponsorship came, I believe it was a 2-year commitment, 2 summer commitment to have their ads up around the pool.
Okay.
So we want to just make sure that if somebody does buy into it, that's great. I'm not like, sure, please do.
Yeah.
We want to make it clear the duration and whether or not re-upping for Founders Day, if they choose to, with Founders Day would not make that difficult, but if it would muddle the waters, so to speak.
Yeah.
Are you aware? So the band would probably need a stage, right?
I was just going to have them on the pavilion floor. I figure that's the safest, nothing to fall off of.
My concern with that is that the roof of the pavilion will keep the music in the pavilion and make it difficult for listeners on the lawn, because we're going with plan A, perfect weather, to hear. We do have staging that was donated to us. It wasn't last year, it was for 2019 by Wheaton, leftover graduation staging that we use at Founders Day for the bands there. I believe it is in the basement of Town Hall. So we can, I can't lift it, but we can get it moved. We can get some of it, enough of it for whatever is adequate for a band. And again, I don't know because I shouldn't be trusted on a stage anyway. Enough of it, a big enough section of it over to ELP so that we can elevate the band so that they're not in the grass because they shouldn't be in the grass.
No.
And I mean, we could test it with a boombox, say anything style if we wanted, but I'm pretty sure that if we have them in the pavilion and everybody else outside, the roof of the pavilion will trap most of the noise. Not noise, most of the music. Most of the... I didn't mean it like noise. It's been a long day. I can see you laughing at me. And I don't want to trap the music in the pavilion if we have everybody out on the lawn, because that won't bode well for the concert series as it goes on.
Agreed. So probably I would just put on my list of things to test the acoustics over there. Okay?
Okay.
And then we can modify Plan A, which is, of course, what we're going with. Plan A, perfect weather, as needed.
I'll keep my sofa cushions in the car, and we'll have lovely weather all summer long. It'll be fine. Every time I put them out, we get rain. So, you know what? I'll just keep them in the car. It'll be fine.
That's right. I do weather reports on my Peter channel, YouTube channel, and my Facebook channel. So you will be watching my weather reports, see what the weather does on concert nights.
That's right.
Will. And can you control the weather at all, Peter? Because, like, if you can, could you put a good word in so that it's definitely nice on the days that we have the concert series? Because I'd appreciate that. Yeah, I know. Funny guy.
Yeah, so the Concert in the Park series, aside from sponsorships and acoustics, is coming together. We did start... Can I change subjects? Are we good to go on?
Sure.
We did start public swim this week, and it's going swimmingly. Ha, 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 ha. We've sold some season passes already, and we had usage. I was over there for a while this afternoon, just getting a feel for how things go, and the guards have it well in hand, and a good time was had by all, so far as I could tell. There were a few families there. There's some usage of the park, which is nice. So in all, I think that's up and running. We're hoping that we can expand public swim hours in the near future, because right now it's very limited with the limited number of lifeguards that we have. I am also still hiring if people are still interested in working. So feel free to mention that to anyone you know who's inclined to be a good swimmer. We're desperately seeking capable lifeguards. We also launched the swim lessons again, which was something, really everything that I'm doing has to give credit to Sharon, because she was such a organized person. She left great notes. She left great foundations to work on, and so credit to Sharon being assumed on everything that we do. Swim lessons have been expanded to 3 sessions of 2 weeks each, and I put that out publicly last week, and I came in yesterday morning to a stack of registrations. So I'm pretty excited. That's definitely going to go. And people are going to take advantage of the opportunity to make sure their kids know how to be safe around the water. So I'm happy about that. And I think the last thing I have in terms of summer is the police department reached out to me to partner with them to do ice cream in the park. So the 3rd Wednesday of July, I think it's the 21st, the police department has gotten New England Ice Cream to donate Creamy Pleasures, and the kids should be pretty happy with that. What we would like to do is maybe run a wiffle ball game or some recreational something or other for the kids to do around their ice cream. So if there's somebody that has some energy around putting anything together for that evening, I mean, it's not meant to be anything huge, maybe an hour or two. We're looking for kids to have a good time, have a positive interaction with Norton Police, and go home saying, that was so much fun. Why don't we go to Everett Leonard Park more?
Is there an age maximum on this ice cream thing? Because
I don't know.
I like ice cream.
Then you should have to organize a wiffle ball game. It sounds like a great reason to hang out there at Leonard Park at the right time.
No one should trust me with sports.
Is there any way to do a kickball game instead? Because that seems a little safer, in my opinion. And I think it would be really fun to do a kids versus the police. That way, you're not swinging a bat around; you're just kicking a ball. And
I like that idea. That actually is.
That sounds great.
That
Yeah.
actually sounds a lot better than a wiffle ball. Because I don't know how.
it's
to
only
play
because I
wiffle ball.
coach. It's only because I coached softball many times before, and young kids with bats, even if they're wiffle ball bats, even adults with wiffle ball bats can sometimes be dangerous. But I think kickball would be fun, and it's less objects that you need. You just need a kickball.
Yeah, wiffle ball or bats in general tend to make good America's Funniest Home Video footage, I think.
That is so accurate. Yep.
Yeah, kickball sounds good to me. Is that an offer to organize that I hear?
Yep. Whatever you need. I got a
Awesome.
kickball if we need it.
All right, Christina, I'm putting your name here.
It's in writing. It's good.
Okay, great. That's great. The police are going to send a few folks down too to hand out ice cream, and with any amount of luck, they'll bring some equipment. I think they're planning to bring, cruisers, trucks, whatever they have. And I may send off a little request to EMA because they can come and join the fun and wrangle, and they have trucks too, so that might be an added dimension for kids. So any other thoughts there? Questions? Volunteers?
If Christine needs help to organize, I could probably be cajoled into it, and you don't even have to give me ice cream.
That's half the fun.
It is half the
Yeah,
fun.
I thought I was organizing to get ice cream, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, you can have ice cream. I'm not going to stop you. But I'm just saying, because I've already said that I like ice cream, that I'm just going to be real clear that I'm offering to help because I'm a nice person, not because I want ice cream.
Not for the ice cream. Got it. Yeah,
You
no,
want that underscored.
yeah, if we're able, I mean, just if you have any tips or pointers on how to work on getting this. I know it's third Wednesday in July. It is coming up, but yeah, if you have any tips or pointers, I'm more than happy to take advice.
I was going to say that to you. Anyway, you're in charge of this one. I'm just to help you, so let me know.
All right, thank you.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's meant to be pretty low key, but we will promote it as a kickball game. I like Chris. Was it you, Christine, that said kids versus police officers? I think it was you that said that. I think that's a great idea. And I'm happy, if you want, I'm happy to reach back out to Josh and make sure they're on board with that.
Yeah, that would be great just to confirm, just because if you already have a contact, so they know if we could plan, do you know what time this will be?
Yeah, so we planned it to dovetail again with the end of Public Swim, which ends at 6. So we're thinking 6 to 7:30 ish, 6 to 8 maybe, but not any longer than that.
So if we did something like the game starts at between 6:30, 6:30, 6:45, and then just plays until dark, or until the police quit, because we know the kids are gonna kick butt.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's good. So let's call that 6:30. And then, I think, so let's publish it, 6 to 7:30, and we'll let it kind of wind down naturally. The game may lose steam. I'm a big believer in finishing something while it's still fun. So
Agreed.
So we won't burn it out for our police or for the kids. Okay, I think that's everything I have on my plate at the moment. I did start to look at the Halloween parade this morning, and we're gonna have to. I think we'll probably have to put a mailing together. An area where I can already see that I could use some help is coming up with a list of businesses. I'm not sure. I have the list of businesses that signed up last time. But I know, some businesses have closed, particularly related to COVID, but there's also been some new openings that we might try to reach out and bring into the fold with this Halloween parade event. Anyway, so if someone has any energy around assembling a list, gathering contact people and/or addresses, just to update that, because that request hasn't been sent since 19, I think. That's what it looks like.
Yes, because we didn't have the parade in 2020. We couldn't have the parade in 2020.
Right.
Can you get a business listing from Town Hall?
I've been asking. I may just not have asked the right department yet, but that does not seem to be something that is readily available. I will keep trying to track that down.
Okay.
I would try to reach out to Paul DiGiuseppe.
That's where I started.
Yeah, I know they were working on getting like a list together. At least this is what was passed around as working on a list.
His list was Sharon's list.
Oh, okay. So nowhere. Got it.
So yeah, no, it was Sharon again.
Okay. I don't see that anybody showed up, so we don't have a quorum, so we can't vote.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer, because this is my last meeting as a board member. So do you have anything that needs to be signed, Melanie? Because I can come down tomorrow during my lunch hour or sometime next week.
Well, Mike's been signing things since I started. So, and honestly, once you step off, I know that Janice has stepped down. So I don't know if we're gonna get a quorum going forward. So I think until we're sure what's gonna happen with that, and since we cannot vote, we can leave it with Mike for the time being, which is more of a question than a statement.
I believe it's pretty much the only option that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't have a quorum to vote anybody else in, which leaves your commission leaderless as of next week.
Yes.
I say that whatever. Okay.
I know we can't vote on anything, but I'm more than happy to help step up in whatever needs to get done to start getting things. I know we can't do that with no people, but I appreciate everybody on the call and trying to get this going because these events are important to the town. That's why I joined, in all honesty, is to get these events back going, because that's what I was really passionate about, because this is what I grew up with, doing these things. So I'll step up in whatever needs to get done to get these events moving, and to help Melanie, of course, but we're going to be learning together.
I mean, I'll still be around, and I'm willing to help as we transition into normal. And I do plan to volunteer for Founders Day and the parade, and I like doing the Santa letters, because hopefully no children are listening, but I like things with Santa. I like to write those. So, I mean, you can't get rid of me. I'm sorry.
Thank God.
We can't get rid of you. No, it's not even an option.
No, I won't be able to walk the dog around the neighborhood anymore. I get taken out if I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll see you, and then I'll be talking to you. So Can't get away.
That's how I ended up on here was peer pressure. So I mean, whatever.
I do think if we know people in town that have an interest in these kind of things, I see, I've only been here for 2 attempted meetings, so I don't know, but Bob Salvo is on this list as well. Stephen is on the list. So if I don't know if they're staying, I don't know if they're able to participate.
I know that Bob was interested in being a part of the commission as like a background kind of member. I know that he didn't have the capacity to volunteer and like help out at events, but he's really good at doing stuff behind the scenes to help make the events happen. Like when we did the Scarecrow thing last fall, he was the one who got us all the bales of hay that we had around the common, which was a huge help for that because those weigh a ton. And I have no idea where to get them anyway. So like that was a huge help for us. And I know that he likes to be involved in that kind of capacity. I haven't heard from Steven since, I don't even know. I know he's busy. I know he travels a lot. I know that, excuse me, I know that Grace Church was involved with the Halloween event, the Scarecrow event, because they helped us set up and they helped us take stuff down, and they were all great. But that was the last time I saw any of them because we haven't done anything because of COVID and winter. It's cold outside.
Bet.
There was snow.
There was one thing I meant to talk about that I forgot, and then we can cycle back to this. But we do have to recruit. I think the hard thing for this commission is that what we most need is people who want to make events happen. But people who want to make events happen don't necessarily want to commit to a meeting every month. And I get that. I get it. But what I wanted to tell you was we've had fantastic volunteer turnout. And I just want to express my gratitude. They're probably not here, but we had a group from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. They came 2 separate occasions to work at Tricentennial Park and managed a lot of invasive, there's poison ivy growing all over the building, and there's a bunch of other invasive vines. They've done massive work pulling them out. And there's another woman, Allison, who volunteered today. She did 5 hours of volunteer work today, and she's coming back tomorrow to do another 5 hours to get the rest of the weeding and mulch spread over at Tricentennial Park, and it looks so much better already. So I'm really
go by and see.
Super grateful for that. Yep, super grateful for that volunteer help. I did start. I didn't find this, but I did start a log of so we could keep track of volunteer hours, volunteer groups, volunteer hours. So at the end of the year, we can get a feel for how very much that people give to the town through the recreation department. So anyway, I was really excited about that, and I want to express gratitude to our volunteers publicly.
Yeah, so we're always grateful for them, and anybody who has stepped up has always done a fabulous job for us.
Melanie, would it be an option to post on Facebook? I like the quote that you said where, do you want to get involved in planning events? Like I could just see it now as a nice Facebook post and be like, we're actively looking for recreation commission members.
So
you never know.
Yes, we actually have a Google form that we didn't get to employ because COVID. It was developed ahead of all of the stuff that was going to happen in 2020, where if somebody wanted to sign up, or if they were interested in, there were 3 different forms. If they were interested in advertising with us, interested in sponsoring, or interested in volunteering, depending on which form was posted that they responded to, all they had to do was enter their name and their email address, and then we would reach out to them for upcoming events or for whatever they had indicated their interest in. And we can certainly use those on Facebook, I'm sure, to see if we can get people to admit that they might be interested in helping us.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I mean, Facebook seems to be a really effective tool for this, for the recreation department. It's, I'm shocked at the amount of responsiveness of people to the Concert in the Park series, the swim lesson opportunity. It's just been tremendous. So, yeah, I think it's worth a try to
Everybody's got cabin fever.
Yeah, well, I maybe part of it is that people are just accustomed now to being at home and having a much smaller activity cycle. But it's worth a try. It's worth an ask because we could use a little rejuvenation.
That's a good term for it.
All right. The minutes are probably as detailed as last time's. Is that everything? Does anybody have anything else?
I think it might be good if we try to fall into a pattern of meeting. And I think the third Wednesday of the month is probably as good as any other, except for next month, which is going to be ice cream in the park. That is the third Wednesday. So, I don't know if we have an option to have the meeting Everett Leonard and invite people to come to Everett Leonard for the meeting. I can check with the powers that be here and see if that's an option. We could meet after the ice cream social thing, if that's agreeable to people.
What do we want to do after? Because if it doesn't end, 8 and something like that, I would honestly, I would prefer to do, if we just for this month or next month, do Tuesday, like the Tuesday before, just so we can be like, is everything all set? Are we good? Like, how did it work pre, and then we can talk about it post.
Yep, I don't disagree with that.
Okay, whatever works for everybody too. I'm flexible. Every other Thursday is a little bit of a problem though.
Oh, why? Do you have something else going on, Christine?
I guess, yeah. So, no, I really want to spend time with everybody, but
but everybody's so demanding.
Yeah.
So we will aim for the second Tuesday in July. Or second Tuesday or second Wednesday, did you say, Christine?
I do. Well, you could either do do we want to do the Tuesday before? Because then that would be the third Tuesday.
Oh,
the
like
Tuesday
the
before the ice cream. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, unless that's too much for planning and stuff. If you need that time.
That's fine with me.
Okay, then I'd say do the Tuesday. What is that? The 20th.
Yep. And then I think probably fall back to the third Wednesday of the month after that and try to.
I agree.
Okay, does that make sense to everybody else? Carol, does this timing works for you? Great. Paige, are you down there still? Paige?
Yes, I'm sorry. Hi, this is my first meeting, so I'm just absorbing everything.
That's fine. We're glad you're here. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. That date definitely works for me. And I do want to step up and help out as much as I can too. I'm actually getting married that week of the 12th, so I'm kind of out of commission till then. And then all yours.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, congratulations.
Very last minute. Thank you. So I do like the planning events. Hopefully this one goes well.
Well, you're getting all warmed up so that you can join the Recreation Commission plans after you've planned your own wedding.
Exactly.
All right, I like that. Okay, that's all I think I have.
Okay. Then I guess we will adjourn.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, you too.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.